Hi everyone, today I'm sharing my latest layout for Peartree Cutfiles using this cute Puddleduck file. For this layout I've cut him or her out of white cardstock because my duck is actually white that I'm basing it on. So I've pulled out this Vicki Boutin Mixed Media cardstock page that's a pre-done one, and I thought it looked like water. So I've just distressed the edges, and I'm going to mount it on this patterned paper that's from one of the Chamel collections. It's got butterflies on the other side. I want it to have quite a distressed, rugged edge to the white, so I've crinkled the corners of the edges, and then I've put on some staples through it. So I'm just working out my rough composition, and now I'm going to back my duck. So I'm using some scraps from some older Amy Tangerine patterned papers, and I'm just doing the usual trick of drawing inside and outside of the lines so that I can get the right size piece of paper to back the areas. So I'm going with bright bold colours for the duck's beak and the scarf and boots. Because it's a white duck, I did toy with the idea of just backing it with white, but I decided I'd use vellum. So it is a little bit similar to when I did the sheep, because I used vellum for the main portion of their body as well. Maybe I've got a bit of a thing about cute little animals. I don't know whether anybody's seen the fox in the release with all the autumn leaves around it, so I might have to use that next. We'll wait and see. So I've just backed the duck, and now I'm finishing off with the vellum, and you'll see that the bright colours give a real pop to his wellies and his scarf. So I'm using a wet glue to stick down all the pieces. I've been finding a pen type glue is easier to manage than what I was using before, which was like a Tombow, like PVA type glue. Although it had got a thin nozzle, I still used to get glue everywhere. So there you go, you can see my duck on my layout. My plan is to pop him up on foam pads and then tuck the two photos just underneath him where his back is. So the photos are from a recent trip up to the Lake District, and we actually stayed in cottages that were called Puddleduck cottages, and the farm had all these Indian runner ducks, which Marie kindly created a cut file for me to use based on the ducks that we were going to see. So I'm just, I've backed one of the photos in with patterned paper, which I've popped over the top of the duck on foam pads, and then the other one is tucked underneath, flush to the background. I've pulled out some coordinating ephemera, so some stickers and die cuts, and also I think some of the thicker stickers from the older Amy Tangerine collections. So I've got this glittery piece that says "Life is good," and a cute little bird. So I'm aiming for a diagonal design across the page, starting in the top left hand corner, coming down to the bottom right. The bottom right cluster is going to be where my title and my journaling is. So I haven't quite decided on a title yet at this point. I've just pulled out the hello, which I thought was quite cute, and then I've got there's lots of words as part of the sticker collection that I'm hoping to use. I love these collections because there's loads of glitter in them, and they're really bright and vibrant and just make you feel a bit better. So I've fussy cut out some of these orange cameras from one of the Amy Tan patterned papers, and then I'm just tucking that in. I wanted to use the orange to kind of tie in both the beak and the scarf from the backed cut file. So you'll see me try a few different words to try and decide on a title. So I go with this one. So it's Hello Good Times, and I cut out another camera to go down in the bottom right hand corner to kind of tie in that diagonal elements with the repeat. So I'm just adding a few smaller pieces here and there, some kind of puffy hearts, and I do try and put in another rainbow to tie in both clusters of embellishment together, but unfortunately they just don't fit. So I decided to add in my journaling so that I can then finish off my decoration without covering up any of the journaling space. So I'm just looking for some smaller embellishments. You see I pull out another heart. I look for little arrows, anything like that. I tend not to mix hearts and stars together. I don't know why, it just doesn't quite sit right with me to have both. So I just take my black pen and I doodle a few open hearts and add in some Nouveau drops in this lovely blue colour, just to kind of create that diagonal, finishing off with some splatters of gold paint. So here we have my final finished layout and some close-ups. Thanks for joining me today.